Today the biggest news comes from Russia. Here, Russian naval power is facing one of its most dramatic setbacks of the war, signaling another decisive turn in the Black Sea. However, the scale of Ukraine's latest strike not only represents a major blow to the Russian Navy, but also demonstrates how Ukraine, unlike Iran, can counter a large naval adversary. While the world was distracted by US strikes on Iran, Ukraine launched a truly massive drone operation against Novorossiysk, targeting Russia's most important Black Sea naval hubs. Russia had already relocated a substantial portion of its Black Sea fleet to Novorossiysk after repeated Ukrainian strikes made its Crimean bases increasingly untenable, which meant the attack targeted the very port Russia had designated as its safer alternative. The attack unfolded as a coordinated strike involving both aerial and maritime drones, designed to saturate Russian defenses and force rapid depletion of interceptors before more assets could be moved in. Russian sources and independent monitoring channels reported that approximately 200 drones were deployed in successive waves. The scale of the attack far exceeded previous Ukrainian naval and aerial drone operations, proving overwhelming for Russian radar coverage and air defense systems. In the first wave, Ukrainians destroyed the guidance radar of the S-300 air defense system and a modern Pantsir S-2 air defense unit meant to protect the port. With Russian defenses degraded and spent, subsequent waves were able to damage at least 5 moored Russian warships, marking one of the most successful Ukrainian naval operations of the war. Confirmed hits included the minesweeper Valentin Pikul, which sustained the heaviest damage, and the corvettes Yeysk and Kasimov. Satellite analysis by independent groups suggested additional damage to the frigate Admiral Essen, including impacts to its superstructure. Interestingly, judging by aftermath and satellite footage of the strikes, Ukrainians targeted electronic warfare systems, radars, and air defense systems on board of the warships, before subsequent strikes focused on more structural damage to the vessels. Additionally, the strike triggered explosions all across the port area, including at the Sheskharis oil terminal, where 6 of 7 Russian oil tankers present were hit, causing a fire that burned throughout the night and well into the morning. Casualty reports indicated that during the attack, 3 Russian servicemen were killed and more than a dozen were wounded. The level of damage within a single night underscores the effectiveness of massed unmanned systems against traditional naval assets. Despite lacking a conventional navy, Ukraine has repeatedly demonstrated the ability to damage Russia's Black Sea fleet through scalable and inventive drone warfare tactics and systems. The Novorossiysk strike reinforces this trend by showing that even Russia's most heavily defended port is vulnerable when confronted with Ukraine's coordinated drone swarms. The scale of Russia's losses prompts interesting comparisons with another recent episode involving Iran, whose fleet suffered heavy losses facing the United States. Both Russia and Iran positioned themselves as central actors within an informal axis of resistance to Western influence, yet both have experienced notable maritime vulnerabilities. However, the expectations between the two countries differ regarding the enemy they are facing. In fact, Iran losing ships to the United States aligns more with established power dynamics, while Russia losing approximately 1/3 of its Black Sea fleet to a state without a navy represents a deeper strategic embarrassment. In both cases, the catastrophic losses of the axis of resistance suggest that they have both failed to adapt to the realities of modern warfare. Ukraine's success therein is rooted not in parity of force, but in exploiting Russian vulnerabilities through persistent innovation, rapid iteration of drone platforms, and the ability to coordinate large-scale strikes that bypass conventional naval deterrents. Overall, the Ukrainian strike challenges again Russia's presence in the Black Sea, whose remaining naval assets face increasing exposure to continued Ukrainian drone operations. The broader implication is that traditional naval power is becoming more difficult to sustain without rapid adaptation to emerging threats. This shift may accelerate doctrinal changes across multiple states as they reassess how to protect high-value naval assets in an environment where low-cost platforms can inflict disproportionate damage. Lastly, we are officially launching our spring sale. Starting from just $4.99, you will gain access to the uncensored combat footage that we use in every report, as well as all significant events analysis that go far beyond what we can include in our short daily videos. Thirdly, you will unlock our Timeline Builder tool, the world's first artificial intelligence-powered system designed to connect the dots between the news in real time. Fourth, and most importantly, you will unlock our advanced news analysis tools, giving you comprehensive insights into the news cycle, detailed story sentiment breakdowns, and trend analysis to reveal the most important themes and events. And last but not least, you will gain access to all our exclusive strategic updates about the war in Ukraine. If you wanted to support our efforts but haven't had the chance, now is the perfect time to jump in and make a real difference. So check out the link in the description to become an exclusive member of our community. I truly appreciate everyone who stepped up to join us. Your support means the world to us.